Hi there, it's Fionna Gossling from Royal LePage with an update as to what happened in Burlington real estate in March 2025. So, in spite of all of the news headlines, the Burlington market did quite well in March 2025. We had our average sale price actually increased a little bit this month. Um, and we didn't see the same number of new listings come on the market that I've seen in Oakville and in South Mississauga. So it's a little bit interesting. There's a little bit of a lag in Burlington, and I've noticed that every month that I've done these stats videos. So you can see from here, when you look at the market as a whole, it's been fairly flat month over month, month over month. There's fluctuations, and there always will be. But when you look at the market as a whole, it's fairly flat. So if you are thinking about making a move in Burlington and waiting for 2022 to return, I don't think that's going to happen. But if you look at these average sale prices and the median sale prices, it has been fairly steady since 2021 and even a little bit before that. And because of that, I think that if you are thinking about making a move within Burlington, it is not a bad time to be doing that. I recommend right now that if you're doing that, you sell first and then you buy. There's more inventory out there to choose from. And I anticipate that inventory will increase and it will shift towards a buyer's market. However, the circumstances that made me think that we were going to have a busy spring market prior to global trade talks and fears still remain. We've had historically low number of transactions for a number of years. We still have an increase in immigration, and we have seen a decrease in interest rates, which has improved affordability. And they're still anticipating another interest rate cut coming, so that will only improve affordability more. If you were thinking about doing a move, it's not a bad time to do it. You can see here we only had 3.3 months of inventory on the market, which is really quite low. That's still, we're creeping towards a balanced market. It's still a seller's market. However, sellers who are looking to sell right now need to spend a lot of time preparing in the prep phase, making their house stand out from the competition, being realistic about their pricing and looking at what the market has actually paid for things, not what people are asking. And then things are selling, and they're selling for a good amount of money. If you compare this month, 2025, versus last March, 2024, sales were down by about 12%, and active listings were up quite a lot. However, the average sale price increased by 5%. And it is taking a little bit longer, about 23% on average longer days on market, but it's only the difference between 22 days and 27 days. So things are still selling in a reasonable amount of time if prepared properly and if priced properly. When you look at the breakdown of what is selling, townhouses and detached homes, there's still not a ton of inventory out there. With only 2.7 months of inventory, the average sale price of a detached home in Burlington is 1.545, and the average sale price of a townhouse is 882,000. The condos, we do have 6 months of condos there, and this we're seeing clear across the GTA. There's a lot of condo inventory. Oakville currently has 10 months of inventory, so Burlington is much better if you're thinking of selling a condo right now, and a little bit less choice for buyers, but 6 months of inventory is still a buyer's market for condos. Here you can see average sale price. It's all pretty boring and steady there. More to choose from. So if you're looking to shop, it's a good time to do that. But you can see if you're looking to sell, average sale price is pretty good, holding strong. Same thing with townhouses. There's a little bit of fluctuation there, but all in all, the average sale price is held around that 880, 900 mark. And then condos, this is interesting. Your average sale price of condos also has remained fairly steady, but we do have a lot to choose from out there. What I am seeing, if you're people who are winning in today's market, if you're looking to use real estate as an investment, are people who are getting into the condo market. So I'm working with a few buyers looking to get into the condo market. And I just think it is such an opportunity right now if having a condo is part of your long-term plan, either for downsizers who don't necessarily need to be in the market right now, but want to secure the proper spot for themselves, or people who are buying for their kids. I'm seeing that as well, which is obviously a very privileged place to be, but people who want to help their kids get into the real estate market, kind of secure that spot and get into the property ladder. There's lots to choose from in condos right now. There's opportunity to negotiate, and I think in a couple of years' time, people will look back and see that this was the time to be buying condos when there's 6 months of inventory. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you had specific real estate goals you were trying to achieve at some point in 2025, 2026, and want to have a general conversation, I'm happy to have a little strategy session with you to figure out the best way to achieve those goals.